Hello and welcome to another episode. Today we are learning how to convert fractions to decimal numbers. Okay, how you convert fractions to decimal numbers. Let's look at few examples. This is a fraction, so you have 1 over 2 as a fraction. And how do you change this one into a decimal form? What you do is to bring your long division table. Okay, so you have your long division table here. Your numerator is going to be inside the table, while the denominator is going to be outside here. So you ask yourself, can 2 go into 1 without a remainder? No, 2 cannot go into 1 because 2 is bigger than 1. So what do? You bring your point 0 at the top. So after you bring your point 0 at the top, you can now add 0 to the 1 to make it 10. Now can 2 go into 10? Yes, 2 can go into 10. How many times? 5 times. So you have 5 times 2 and it will give you 10. When you subtract the down one from the top one, you have nothing. Therefore, 1 over 2, sending it to a decimal form will give us 0.5 as our answer. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's have 3 over 4. You put it in the long division bar. So you have 3 inside, then you have 4 outside. Can 4 go here? No. So what do? You bring point 0 and then you add 0 to the 3. How many times can 4 go into 30? 4 can go into 30. How many times? 7 times. So you have your 7 here. 7 times 4 will give you 28. Okay. Now you subtract this from this. When you subtract 28 from 30, you'll be having what? 2. Okay. Now can 4 go into 2? No. What do? You add 0. So far as you're already having the decimal point, we don't need to bring another decimal point. Okay. So you just have to add 0 to this one. You may choose to add it to your question here. It won't change anything though. So how many times will 4 go into 20 now? 4 can go into 20 5 times. So 5 multiplying 4 will give us 20. When you subtract 20 from 20, you have nothing here. Therefore, your answer is 0.75. Okay. Sending 3 over 4 to a decimal number will give you 0.75. Let's move on with one more example. Let's say you are given something like 172 over, let's say, 3. When you are given this, all you need to do is to draw your long division bar. You put your 172 here, and then you put your 3 outside. Can 3 go into 1? No. So you're going to attach the 7 to make it 17. So can 3 now go into 17? Yes. How many times? 3 can go into 17 5 times. 5 times 3 will give you 15. You subtract. When you subtract 15 from 17, you have 2. Then you bring the other 2 down. Okay. Can 3 go into 2? No. So what do? We attach this number to their first one to make it 22. Can 3 now go into 22? Yes. How many times? 7 times. 7 times 3 will give us what? 21. You subtract 21 from 22, you will now have 1 as a remainder. Can 3 go into 1? No, because 3 is bigger. This time around, there's no number that you are going to attach to the 1. So what do? You bring your decimal point and add 0 to the 1 to make it 10. Can 3 now go into 10? Yes. How many times? 3 times. So 3 times 3 will give you 9. When you subtract 9 from 10, you have 1. Definitely this cannot go, so you're going to add 0. This will go there again. You have 3. So you realize that the 3 will be recurring. Therefore, you only have to put this sign on top, or you put a normal dash on top to show that the number is recurring. So therefore, your answer for this one is 57.33. Okay, so you have 57.33 as your answer. Solve this question and submit your answer into the comment section below. You have 12 over 5. Pause the video and solve this one and submit your answer into the comment section. All right, so welcome back. We are going to solve this together. You are having 12 over 5 to send to decimal column. So you bring your bar again. Your 12 is going to be inside, and your 5 is going to be outside here. How many times can 5 go into 1? 5 cannot go into 1. So what do? We attach the second digit to make it 12. So how many times can 5 go into 12? 5 can go into 12 2 times. So you have 2 to multiply the 5, and that will give you 10. So you have your 10 here. You subtract your 10 from 12, you'll be left with 2. Can 5 go into 2? No. Is there any number we can attach to this? No. So what do? You bring your decimal point. Then you add 0 to your 2 to make it 20. Can 5 now go into 20? Yes. How many times? 4 times. 4 times 5 will give us what? 20. So when you subtract 20 from 20, you have nothing. Therefore, your answer is 2.4. Okay, so converting 12 over 5 into a decimal form will give us 2.4. All right, we have one question on the board. We are solving 19 over 4. We are sending it to a decimal column. You can pause the video and solve this. When you get the answer, you submit it in the comment section for marking. All right, so welcome. We are solving this together. You are going to bring your decimal long division bar. That's the first thing you do. Then you put your 19 inside and you put your 4 outside. First thing first, you pick the first digit. Can 4 go into the first digit 1? No, it can't. So we are going to attach this one to it to make it 19. Can 4 now go into 19? Yes. How many times? 4 times. So 4 times 4 will give us 16. When you subtract 16 from 19, you will be left with what? 3. Can 4 go into 3? No. And there's no other number that you can attach to the 3. So what do? You bring your decimal point. Then you add 0 to this to make it 30. Okay. Can 4 now go into 30? Yes. How many times? 7 times. 7 times 4 will give us what? 28. So we subtract 28 from 30. You'll be left with 2. Can 4 go into 2? No. What do? You add 0 to it. Already we have the decimal point, so we can be adding numbers zeros as many times as we can. Can 4 now go into 20? Yes. How many times? 5 times. So this 5 times 4 will give us 20. When you subtract 20 from 20, you have nothing. Therefore, your answer is 4.75. When you convert 19 over 4 to a decimal number, you'll be having 4.75. Thank you so much for being part of today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, kindly do so, subscribe and share the link to your colleagues to also join us. I'll see you again in our next episode. Bye.